Now, the Congo Fashion Week is coming up in Kinshasa, and it's the 5th time that the annual event, which is aimed at promoting Congolese and African fashion, will be held. Now, joining me in the studio to discuss this further is the founder of Congo Fashion Week, Marie-France Idikayi. Thanks for joining us. So let's just start by asking, what drove you to start Congo Fashion Week?
It was founded in 2011. But the first event took place in 2012 in August in Brazzaville. And then the first edition, we had two first editions, the first edition of Brazzaville and the first edition of Kinshasa in September, a month after.
So what made you feel like this was something you needed to start? Did you see a gap in the industry?
There was a gap in the industry. The Congolese people are known to be fashion lovers. We started the whole concept of sapeurs, and seeing that on the technical side of fashion, whatever fashion is involved, then we're backward. And there was not a platform that was internationally gathering Congolese living in Congo or abroad, or even welcoming guest designers from other countries. We were having random fashion shows, but it was not a national level platform. And that informed my decision into starting the Congo Fashion Week.
Now, since you've started Congo Fashion Week, what changes have you witnessed in the local industry? Like you mentioned, designers and creating a platform. How has that affected that?
There's been a lot of progress from the year we started. I remember the first edition having to see collection that has been showcased so many times before, and then every time I asked them, what's the new element? What will push people to buy your collection? And there was a question like, oh no, this is what I've been doing, and this is, I said, but what's the new? What's something new have you created? But so far, celebrating the 5th anniversary this year, and I keep seeing collections coming like 2 to 3 times a year, which was not the case 4 years ago or 5 years ago. And I feel a bit honored and proud to see the youngsters launching the new collection and promoting it, not waiting just for events to come. They're promoting on Facebook, on social media. They're organizing get-together events around town, and which was not the case really like 5 years ago. And now there is just since Congo Fashion Week has started, there was so much positive energy around town, fashion-wise, and which is good.
Now, I know this year it's going to be slightly different because you're partnering with the Congo Fashion Institute. How is that going to change the way the event is normally run?
Congo Fashion Institute has timidly started 2013, but we partnered with the fashion school in Congo. It's called ISAM, Institut Supérieur des Arts et Métiers. It's called ISAM. And we thought bringing this sort of platform and not connecting with the people from the fashion school who are literally our potential collaborators and partners, it won't make sense. So we thought bringing the business side of fashion into the fashion school is what we were after, because we saw that there were so many people, talented people, that we finished school and then that will go to work in supermarkets, in petrol stations. And I'm like, why not starting something? Why not creating something? So, and then the idea came to create the Congo Fashion Institute so that we can be that bridge between education and employment. And with this, having a non-existent fashion industry, like a dormant, I would say, a dormant fashion industry in Congo, there are not many fashion jobs. So we thought by promoting entrepreneurship through the Congo Fashion Institute, where the young the final year students are getting the opportunity to receive the conferences. We do the workshops, and we do a little competition every year. We started last year, and the winner of competition get to be set up. So we set up one business person already, and this year we're looking forward to setting up 3. So, and then this is like adding more onto the employment sector. So we just don't want to raise employees. You want to raise business trailers, like entrepreneurs, and it's in that spirit, because one of the contestants last year, he didn't win, but he got to set up his own workshop. So it got motivated, because that's what people need sometimes. They just don't need for us to bring everything on the plate for them. They want that motivation that you can do it. You have to achieve it. You can start something. You don't have to wait for government to start giving you jobs or people creating. Of course, the government have the right to create jobs for the people, but sometimes you can't wait 100% when the future depends on you taking that decision and making something happen.
Yeah.
So the Congo Fashion Institute and the Congo Fashion Week work together to promote design on one hand and to raise entrepreneurs on the other.
Right. Just quickly before we go, we've seen a lot of African-inspired trends this summer in sort of global fashion. Do you think that hinders upcoming designers when their sort of ideas and their trends are already out there?
I think in some sense the international fashion market is stealing the spotlight of upcoming designers. I would say so, because it's called being inspired by. But then when you have the whole mainstreams, you have the whole press, and those people, they have so much talent. It's their culture, it's what they have, it's what they believe in, it's the pride possession, and they don't have the means to go to mainstream like probably some name brands will go. But at the same time, when they see like the effort being awarded to someone else, and that's heartbreaking. And I think it's about time those huge names start investing into those young people who want to come up, instead of taking their inspiration and selling and making more money from people who actually created something and they won't even get a penny. And I've never, honestly, I need to come across it, but I've never heard of someone inspired by the Maasai, for example, from Kenya, or by the cultural Prince of Nigeria or Congo or Ghana, and then going back in that community and build a fashion school or give a prize to designers, upcoming designers. I've never heard of that.
You raise a really good point, but unfortunately we have to stop it there. Thank you so much for joining us.
You're welcome. Thank you. It was a pleasure.